How do you see this as a critical topic for event planners? That is customer service and the whole sphere, the whole event sphere.
Sure. I think that, you're going to, in a lot of events, you're going to be ordering buses. You're going to have name tags. You're going to have seating. You're going to have audio visual. You're going to have things in the hotel rooms. There's so many. I have all the respect in the world for meeting planners because I don't think most people really appreciate what they really do because there's so many moving parts. But I think that in addition to, okay, we've got to order the buses, we're going to order the lunch. What do we want the participant to feel at each of those touch points? When they arrive to the venue, when they're at the registration desk, when they first walk into the ballroom, when they walk into their hotel room, what's the feeling we want them to have at each of these things? So let's say, it's the registration desk. We want them to feel like they're welcome. We want them to feel like we knew they were coming. Okay, so then what has to happen in order for that participant to feel that way? So you drill it down to the behaviors, of the person welcoming people onto the bus that's going to transport them to another venue. What's the feeling we want them to have when they arrive at the bus? You're at the right place. We're going to the place that you think we're going to. We're glad that you're here. Okay, so then what has to happen in order for the customer to feel that, or the participant to feel that way? So that's how I think this really fits, is that there's still that experience mentality throughout the entire event. And the ones that I've been to that, I would say, wow, that was really a great meeting, a great conference, is when it was seamless. You felt like it was all part of a seamless experience. It was all part of this one idea that we're trying to create here, versus I've been to others, and I know everybody has, where there's a bunch of disconnects. It feels like you're working with a bunch of different entities and nobody really knows what the other one's doing. And you might get to where you're going and, the show goes on, but it just doesn't feel, you know what I mean? It just doesn't feel right. But I think it goes back to that initial thinking. What do we want the participant to feel at each of these touch points?
At the Keynote Curators, we have an experience in mind for our buyers, which are mostly meeting professionals. Sometimes they're from the marketing arm of the organization or an event production company. But we start at the end and work backwards, just like you're sharing with Disney. So at the Keynote Curators, when we propose speakers, before we even get to a list or ideas, or if they fit in the fee range or the topic or the theme, we really partner up and do consultative conversations. It could be via email, it could be via text, it could be a Zoom. Try to get under the hood and understand what it is that they want, so that when the speaker gets mic'd up and they're on the stage or wherever they are presenting, and what's being delivered hits the mark. But what's even more important for us is that the whole experience of our client, our buyer, our end user of our service is one of delight, and that they feel it's smooth, that we're almost invisible and things are moving along without us having to intervene. And if the case does arrive where we have to intervene, it's handled in a way that's a quick response, a correspondingly accurate, precise fix, and things move on. And it's not enough of an interruption where the show gets stopped.